Celtic need to turn their focus fully onto the league and avoid any more upsets this weekend as we take on Kilmarnock. In today's video, we will go over the build-up to that match, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Senior sports writer at the Herald, Graham McGarry, didn't hold back in his assessment of Celtic's latest slip-up at McDiarmid Park, echoing a growing concern among fans and pundits about the team's recent performances. Speaking on Graham Spears' Pressbox podcast, McGarry painted a picture of a Celtic side that's regressed since the turn of the year and claimed that no one epitomises it more than Nicholas Kuhn, whose form has fallen off a cliff. The German winger was once in the Player of the Year chat, but he's quickly fallen off the pace. Celtic were really poor, and it's becoming a bit of a pattern, McGarry said. I was reading a bit this morning about Celtic's recent run, and I think up until Hogmanay they dropped 4 points all season, and since they lost 3-0 at Ibrox they've dropped 14, so there's obviously been a big drop-off in terms of level of performance. Obviously Nicholas Kuhn is the guy who's been held up as sort of the poster boy for this regression, and it's been quite remarkable the way his form has regressed over the last wee while. There was a moment at the start of the second half yesterday, and I thought Brendan Rodgers, I think if you remember a game last season up at McDiarmid Park, he said it was the angriest he'd ever been in his career because of the lack of application, the lack of effort from his players. And I thought it'd be a similar situation yesterday at halftime. But the very first sort of sequence of action after the halftime whistle, Austin Trusty jogs towards a ball and Sidibe runs in and beats him to it. And I just felt as if that just sums Celtic up. They were just a yard off it. Celtic's early season momentum appears to have stalled, and while the title will almost certainly return to Parkhead for their fourth consecutive time, there are growing calls for a reaction and an injection of urgency. Earlier this season, Celtic looked like they could be invincible. They were scoring goals and weren't shipping them, but the loss at Ibrox derailed the whole thing. Celtic were 16 clear heading into that match, and the ability to relax just a little bit has crept into performance. With the Scottish still in play, Brendan Rodgers will need to ensure this slump doesn't stretch into something more damaging. Celtic go to face St Johnstone at Hampton Park on Easter Sunday. The players have got to be up for it then, with the opposition already showing they're more than capable of causing a shock and deserving a win against the champions-elect. Now for the main story, as Celtic are set to farewell Greg Taylor this summer, with some surprise clubs lining up the left back on a free transfer, sources have told Football Insider. Taylor's days at Celtic Park are numbered as his current deal heads towards expiry after planned contract talks with Taylor last April, as revealed by Football Insider, didn't result in him signing an extension. Brendan Rodgers' side have already identified and secured a successor to Taylor, in the form of his predecessor, Kieran Tierney, who has signed a pre-contract to return to Celtic Park for free this summer. Arguably underrated by a demanding Celtic fanbase, Taylor will be an experienced pickup for any club keen on him, with the 27-year-old already attracting attention from teams both at home and abroad. Sources have told Football Insider that Dinamo Zagreb failed in an effort to sign Taylor with a lucrative package in January, but remain keen on the left-back, while clubs in the MLS are also interested. With Taylor looking set to depart Celtic this summer and several moves abroad mooted, one potential possibility for the left-back could be an inexplicable move across Glasgow to their arch-rivals Rangers. Sources have told Football Insider that the Light Blues are keen on convincing Taylor to cross the Glasgow divide, but the defender knows that such a move would cause uproar for the Parkhead faithful. Despite Taylor's relationship souring with both Rodgers and Celtic's fans this season, leading to his exit, Football Insider understands he'll assess all other options before even considering a move to Rangers. Football Insider revealed that Rodgers is hoping to get huge backing in the transfer window from Celtic's board this summer, with Taylor one of several players exiting to facilitate a squad overhaul. Other senior players, such as Kyogo Furuhashi, have already departed Parkhead this season as part of a swap deal with Rennes for Jota to return to the club, and Celtic will be keen to refresh Rodgers' team. Sources told Football Insider last month that a return for Kyogo is still on Rodgers' mind in Glasgow, but with Celtic looking to bring down the age profile of their squad, he'll only be re-signed if the price is right. In other news, Adam Idah has come under fresh scrutiny with former Republic of Ireland international Andy Townsend warning that Celtic and Brendan Rodgers won't wait forever for the striker to fulfil his potential. Celtic splashed £9.5 million on the Irishman following his promising 6-month loan spell from Norwich City, where his 9 goals in 19 appearances included decisive strikes in derbies, cup ties, and crucial away fixtures. However, this season has seen Ida struggle to replicate that form, managing just 14 goals in 45 appearances and rarely offering the same level of impact in key moments. Townsend questioned Ida's consistency and mentality and suggested that another striker could soon be on the cards for Celtic if the 23-year-old doesn't raise his game. Celtic spent on Adam Ida last summer, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go and buy another striker this summer, and I think they will, Townsend told Boyle Sports, who offer the latest Champions League odds. That's been Adam's problem. Wherever he has been, you are looking at him and thinking that there is probably more in there to give, and I don't think it's always coaches that can do it. I don't think it's always managers that can find that. It has to come within how much you really want it. He needs that edge, Adam. I don't think it's quite there yet. Now he's an experienced boy. He's been around long enough, and I think he's got to hurry up and find that extra 10-15%, which is required, I think, to nail a position down somewhere consistently where he is absolutely the number one, whether it's club or country. He's not really been able to do that. If he's not careful, someone else will come in at Celtic because Brendan Rodgers is not going to wait. Celtic never wait, and they've lost Kyogo Furuhashi, but they do have Dazen Maida, who poses more of a threat down the middle. Adam has got to take the opportunities that he's being given. He came off the bench for Ireland and got himself a goal. That is good, but there's more to come from him. He needs a big summer. He needs a strong summer. He needs to look after himself physically and be in great condition when he returns, but mentally find another dimension to add something to his game. With Kyogo having moved on and Dazen Maida now flourishing through the middle, the pressure is mounting on Ida to prove he can be Celtic's go-to striker, and soon. We hear all the time that players need a pre-season with the club to really get into the swing of things. Adam Ida missed out on that last season with his move taking place late on in the window. Rodgers has shown he's willing to trust Ida, but with summer transfer plans already being mapped out, time may be running out for the Irishman to cement his place as Celtic's number 9. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.